you know what I'm saying, get money and keep money and invest money and who to invest your money with to continue to collect profit. I think that's the best way to go about it, whether you dealing with business with a different race or not. Like I think that's the main important thing, ownership. Facts.
Can we all right, I just want to say like two things though. One, I think that people who are actively in the work of like trying to like help remediate like racism, like they change the language and people really aren't fighting against quote unquote racism, like they're fighting against a system of white supremacy, right? So like I think that like when we start talking about racism as if like black people wielding internal prejudices in their mind affects white people the same way that white supremacy affects black people, I think is a false equivalence, right? And then like the second thing that I would want to say
Mm.
is the second thing that I would want to say is that you don't remediate like oppression like by just saying okay now everybody's equal. Like if I start a race and I let you run for 15 seconds and then when I start it's like all right now it's fair, like no, that's not how you get fairness. How you get fairness is by having legislation and policy that lifts the group that was historically oppressed, not just being race neutral. So I
But
think that when black
who gotta put that who gotta put that legislation and policy through?
I mean, I think
The
that
white people.
everyone does. No, wait, is it just white people? This only white
Yeah,
people's
y'all
democracy?
are, y'all. I get what he's saying now. Y'all tripping, bro.
For real.
Y'all tripping. Cause realistically, this is even if you take away white supremacy, if you still got black ignorance, you still gonna do the will of white supremacy.
Right.
Right,
Thank you.
but
That
Facts.
part.
That's a
but
fact.
That's
Because
what
I
I
was
black
was
gonna
gonna say
say,
because
I was gonna say, insanity
You
is
gotta
doing
break
the
it down.
same shit over and over and over again, expecting different results. We've been playing the blame game over and
Right.
over again since day one. And at the end
Yeah,
of the day, we have to sit here and ask: are we not tired?
but
When are we gonna shut the fuck up?
major right though, because at the same time that's just like what we did with Donnie. We understand what she was talking about and she was right, but at the same time
Tory
everybody
first meet
jumped
up.
down her throat. But at the same time, if 21 Savage would have said what she was saying, everybody would be like, oh yeah, because he 21 Savage. That's the same thing.
No, I'm gonna
No, I think it's about your approach too, though. When you come, it's the way you can talk to people without seeming like you just trying to like
But
shove
yeah,
something down their
in
throat
a
and come
sense
out.
though, but like I
But
said, if
yeah,
it was 21 Savage,
but
you
I'm
got a
pretty sure
man, you
Twenty
just
One
patience.
right.
Savage
But
wouldn't have
at the
You
said it
got
in
a
same
the.
time,
patience
or
for
Mace, everybody
different
be like,
people
yeah,
because of
okay,
their
yeah,
status.
And
right,
that's not the people
right,
was giving her the
right.
floor though. But she was getting impatient. She was getting impatient when people
Because
wasn't like when he wasn't
everybody jumped
agreeing.
down her
Her and
throat out the
21
gate
Savage
though.
was
I'm gonna
having a
just keep it a
dialogue.
hundred.
My whole
but
thing
like
is
you
her and
said,
Everybody
21
jumping down
Savage
her
was having a
throat out the
dialogue.
gate though.
But from my understanding, all she was saying was that we just needed more ownership. I didn't find anything wrong with that.
It's just a wrong lobby for that conversation she was having. And everybody was getting irritated. But like I said, if it was 21 a Mace, we'd have been like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
I
We
Nah,
think she
cause
was
jumping
like
going
down her
Mace
back a
said
little
throat.
But
bit,
us
kind of
earlier,
as
like
black people,
she
we
was
really
giving
don't
knowledge,
own
but they saying that you
anything.
should already know the knowledge, and then not really
she,
like
fact.
to be a teacher, you got to know how
She
to
wasn't bringing
teach
her
your
Like
students.
scholars.
when
If
your
you gonna
mom's
teach people,
teaching
you
you.
gotta. It's the
What
way that
she
you teach it.
said didn't sound nothing like what Buddy said. I understood it when Buddy said it. When she said it, it didn't sound shit like that.
Yo,
That's
I'm gonna keep
because
it a buck,
It's
bro.
the way
She
you
ain't
teach
say nothing
somebody.
about
That's all.
ownership though. She kept
Right,
talking
right, right.
talking
She
about
didn't
ownership, but
though.
she ain't
That's what
say
I'm
nothing
saying. She was
about
getting
ownership though.
irritated.
She
most
was
stuff
Everybody
is
talking
getting
about
ownership.
irritated
street
with
stuff.
her.
It's crazy
Everybody's
because
getting
she started
irritated
coming
with her.
at
Now she was
But
talking
I'm
21
about
saying
street
crazy.
depending
stuff.
on who
He
But what
said
she
it,
owns.
said was
but
did a
depending on
little
who
bit make
said, your
sense because she was
tolerance
talking
gonna be
about
a
how
little
the
better
big
though. That's what
corporations
I'm saying.
have investments in jails. My thing is if they have investments in jails and they have investments in these big music companies and they are pushing for our young black people to talk about killings, to talk about death, to talk about killing each other. You don't think it go hand in hand?
They're
That
not
They
they
not
pushing,
do both
but
pushing
things?
that's
that.
the
That's the
thing. They're
artist
not.
doing that.
Nobody was in the studio like, "Yo, rap about this."
Right.
Nobody was doing that. No white
But that's what they
executive team.
But
signing,
they know
so
what our
that's why I
but
think
they
it's
know where
rapping
our
like that.
community is failing at. You get what I'm saying? They know that, and
Bro, them
I feel
same
like they're
them
putting more
bro, them
money
same
behind it.
labels that y'all speaking on, whether y'all notice or not, they signed rock stars that rapped about killing shit too.
That's true. I heard some dark shit. I'm not saying you're not
I
lying.
don't think they just like I don't know. Man, I don't want to
Yeah, cause
say
that let the
It's
body get
because
the
they
flow
know that's
shit
what we like
crazy.
talking about. They
Yeah, Yeah,
I
the
don't, I don't,
conspiracy theories got to be put away, man.
Yeah.
Because
But I
Niggas
mean,
let's be
can't.
I do
honest.
think that us black people, we need to own stuff. 'Cause we don't own anything. We don't own any farms. We don't own any crops. We don't own any guns. We don't own anything. So if anybody wanted to really
Yeah.
go crazy with us black people, we would fail all the way around because we can't get no guns.
and
We can't get no food. We can't get shit.
Why do
another
we
thing,
talk
people
so
people got to
negative?
start doing is,
Yeah,
Black
what
bro.
you
people
talking
can.
That
about?
ain't true.
It's
I
Why
mean,
another
y'all
I
keep
just
it's
say
another
saying
thing
black people
people got to
You don't
can't
start.
got
do
no faith.
things? Black
I,
people has
No,
done a
I do
lot of
have faith.
things.
I
Come
want
on,
our
y'all. We
black
can't
people to
all
stick
talk at
together, but
once.
we
No, you
can't.
But
don't.
I'm
Hey,
saying
hey,
you
Somebody,
can't
we
somebody.
say
can't
you
hear
can't
each
say
other.
that
We
black
can't hear
people
each other,
can't
y'all.
own or don't own
I'm
I
anything.
so
didn't say
Black
we
people
confused.
do
can't,
own
but
a
what do
lot
we
of
own? Can you
things.
tell
Yo,
me
one
one thing
mic,
that we
Yo,
I
one
own?
yo,
can't
mic.
hear
y'all are
Yo,
y'all.
wilding. We gotta
I
move
can't hear
y'all off
y'all.
the stage. Y'all,
Can't
y'all,
hear y'all.
y'all gotta stop.
Hey, I ain't
I'm just
gonna
saying,
lie.
can
We
somebody tell
got
me
we
what we
gotta
own?
stop. We gotta stop like blaming music, bro. Music is a reflection of the streets. Nobody goes in a booth and creates no pattern that people then repeat on the street. It is the opposite way around. Like we got to stop doing that. The main root
Nah,
of what
that's kind of crazy because when Chief Keef came out in like 2012 in New York, the gun shit went up crazy, and I ain't understand why. Then I started listening to Chief Keef. Yo, everybody was mimicking him in New York. The shooting was crazy because of Chief Keef out here.
It's
So
I
we
got
can't
because
I,
say music.
I
All
got
right,
a
So,
but
question.
so
KO,
you
I got
got
a
to show
question.
some statistics
I
KO,
got a
first, Walter.
question. I got a question.
Wait,
So before Chief Keef, was there violence in New York?
yes,
It,
bro.
it,
yeah.
it was violence, but it wasn't like that, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Check
What?
this out.
Where you
Look,
from out in New York?
look.
It
I
been
got a
like that in
question.
That's
Brooklyn.
cap.
Look. I got a question. Before rap was invented, was there violence in New York?
Hell
More
yeah.
than ever.
Yes. Hip
When
hop is the
heroin
king of
came to New
violence.
York, was there violence in New York?
Hell yeah.
More than
All
ever.
right, okay.
I don't know what this
Right.
guy talking about. Where you from out
Yo,
in New York, Tay? I'm from
listen.
Brooklyn. Been violence.
But you
Let me
ask those questions
It's
to say what?
violence everywhere, bro. I'm
real
from I'm
quick,
from
real quick.
Wyandanch, Long Island.
I'm trying
I
to
asked them questions because everybody acts like music is the root of violence, and violence has been going on before rap was invented. That's why.
Oh, that's true. I
Music
can't
is
I
not
argue
the
think
with
what
root
they
that.
to
saying is
Hey,
violence.
they gotta
rap
stop
music
saying
It
is
it's
ain't
not the
the
actually
root.
root to
more
violence. It's definitely
music.
not.
Yeah.
However,
It
what I
Our
will
ain't
say to that
environment
that
is the
point,
root of violence. What we grow
it's
up
not.
seeing is the
It's
root of
not.
violence.
No,
It
it's
ain't the
not. But
music.
to
It's
his
not the
point, let
root,
me
but it's
just
a
make this
branch on
point.
that
To
motherfucker.
Tay's point, just like here in London, I'm going to assume, like he's saying, is happening in New York. Obviously, there was violence long before drill. However, when you get artists that are going on music talking about chinging a man and this and that, it kind of normalizes it and it breeds more of it in the culture. It gives the
Yeah.
youth something to sing along to
It
while they're
promotes it.
waving
Thank
their
you.
hands in the air,
Thank
like
you.
it's cool, which obviously pushes the violence forward. Is it to blame? No, it's not. Of course, it was happening first for someone to rap about it, right? But what it does is almost glamorize and normalize it, which makes it breed within our culture, I would say.
We got to
Oh
get
my
rid of
gosh.
Call of
So
Let's
what did
Duty.
I
not.
lose?
Yeah,
Is
but
Let's
that
We got to
Alex
get
from
caught.
exactly,
We got to get rid
BBUK?
of Call of Duty. We got to get rid of every movie where
All of
somebody
that
exactly.
stuff.
dies.
Hmm.
We got a lot of we got a lot to do.
Hey, my thing
Yeah, it's
is
not
There's a
that
supposed
lot of
people just need
censorship.
to be mentally, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of grow up. Like if you think the TV, entertainment, all that is gonna change how your mindset is as a person and make you go out there and kill somebody because
I ain't gonna lie. I really think young white kids are the biggest consumers of like gangster rap.
That's a
really they
fact.
are.
That's a
they
snapping
are.
fact.
They
21
always
Savage
have
from
been.
London,
Though.
boy.
They
yeah, cause
always have been.
Yeah, I
they
was born
get
in
to
London.
the
What's your point?
experience it.
The
They
fuck.
get to experience it without being in it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I
Wait,
grew
what's
up
wrong
in
with
LA and
London?
Los Angeles in the '80s.
Just
I'm a
because
grown
you was
ass
born
man
somewhere
now.
don't mean you from
I
there. So
coach
I want to
I
tell people be
coach
saying that
Right.
shit. And
Hold
21
on.
made
I
a good
coach
Hold
point
on,
football
bro.
and everything. I'm
with
different,
the
but
Hold
at the
white
same time, I
people.
still hear
Hey, May
lyrics
just
that
made
make
a
me
good
go, I
point. They
forgot
get
the
the
dude that
experience
actually
it
made
without
that shit. So
actually
smack
dealing
Hey,
Nah,
with
that.
the
that's a
mute.
the
fact.
Let
culture.
let
Trash.
let this man show talk. Go ahead. Talk your talk.
And
No, I
Talk
show,
was
your
talk
talk.
a
just
little
saying
louder,
like
my nigga. No
no,
disrespect, but your voice is like this,
I didn't even
bro.
know you
Like you
was
can
in here,
I
barely hear
was
what you're
21.
saying, bro.
I was
Wasn't
just
making a point. I was just
no.
representing because Shorty was from London. I was like 21 from London.
Oh, I
No, and
thought
I'm not trying to say it do music. I don't think that shit true. Like music makes, but
21
like
from
I said,
Atlanta, man.
I
Stop
grew up
tripping.
in L.A. in the '80s, '90s, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whole thing, and I coach football now. I ain't nowhere near like I used to be, but at the same time, you